Hey y'all, let's talk Empire. So before we get to this episode, I just want to say I read last week that the ratings are down and they're trying to blame this on Jussie Smollett. And here's the thing. Jussie is not to blame. You know what's to blame? Their poor marketing for it. You know, the Empire, the Lyons are all about the drama. They should be leaning into all of this controversy about Jussie Smollett and his alleged hoax. Okay, I'm still riding with Jussie. Instead of trying to, shrink away from it and act like it didn't happen, listen, if Jussie is guilty, which I don't think he is, that is exactly something that would happen on Empire. Come on, it's a freaking soap opera, for Christ's sake. So quit trying to pretend like it didn't happen and lean in. Embrace it. Use the controversy to get those ratings back up. Because this episode is everything that we've came to know and love about Empire. It had the music. It had the Lyons running thing at the Empire. It had drama. It had a little bit of violence. It has some romance. I mean, come on. I think the show is starting to get back to a really good place. So the episode started off with Jamal coming up with a new song. He seems to be the only person really doing music on the show these days. And I was loving it. Cookie and Lucious are still having it out about his little bastard son. Cookie, I mean, jeez. You've done a 15-year bid. You guys have built an empire together. I don't understand why she's so hard on Lucious about it. It wasn't like he cheated on her. But anyway, they're beefing. But you know what? It cuts to them back at the Empire. And they're like announcing all of these great big changes. Jamal is going to be overseeing the creative director. Hakeem is going to be artistic and something with music. And I really like that Giselle and the Lyons are working together. Becky, of course, is in the fold as A&R. Andre is back as CFO. Lots of good things are happening at the Empire. And so they're trying to get some more music going. Jamal is throwing himself into work. And that's where we come in with this Tiana and Treasure plot. I personally think that Treasure's a little bitch, okay? She's a little bit of a diva to not really have any hits or anything like that. I think she needs to put some respect on Tiana's name. And so anyway, Tiana is getting on a track with Hakeem. Treasure is trying to plot her way onto the track, which is shady. And she's throwing off these digs and stuff about Tiana being a mother. And I think that's a low blow. So things come to a head on the red carpet. It's Fashion Week. They both look pretty fabulous. And Treasure is just acting all super ratchet, trying to get under Tiana's skin. And it works. Maybe Tiana is feeling a little threatened. But it all comes back to with Jamal, Giselle, and Becky deciding that instead of it being Jamal and one of the ladies, both of them are going to be on a track together. So I'm looking forward to seeing what song they come up with because I like both of their voices and I do think that they're both talented. But I definitely think that Treasure needs a little bit of humble pie. And speaking of humble pie, I can't remember this girl's name, but she's the Cookie's inmate's daughter's friend's daughter. She's looking for a promotion and she's only been working for Cookie for a month as her assistant. Girl, slow your roll. As Portia said, you need to learn your role or your way around things and not expect so much so soon. Of course, she can't just take this lying down, and so she throws a little bit of digs at Portia, and Portia gives her a little bit of taste of what the cutthroat world is like when she kind of steals her idea to bring Blake back into the fold. But what I'm interested in seeing is Portia and this rapping thing. She has a good voice. And since Breezy or whatever her name was on the show, since she's not on the show anymore, we need a female rapper to come in there and represent. So let's see more Portia performing and doing her thing. Okay. Then of course we have Lucious and Cookie. They're still a little bit at odds, but they're going to come together for the sake of the company. And this is where Damon Cross comes in. He's a shady guy. Apparently he does some embezzlement business and they need his help to wash some money that Eddie embezzled or whatever you want to call it in Panama. So that leads to a trip with Cookie and Damon. And I'm like, oh, hell no. Listen, we finally got to a place where Cookie and Lucious are in a good spot. And then this whole Kingsley thing threw a monkey wrench in it. And I don't want to see Cookie and Lucious break up. I mean, give us a break, people. They were doing good when they were broke and making ends meet in their mansion with no air conditioning. So come on, now they have the empire back. Let's make this a happy ending. So anyway, Cookie puts on her charm and she manages to work out a deal with the Panamanian guy to get the money back or whatever. And Damon is trying to come on heavy to her, but she resists. I'm proud of you, Cookie, because I was thinking this was going to go left. And Lucious shows up, probably because he knows that Damon has the hots for Cookie. And they seem to make up. So I'm like, yes. Okay, so we're in the clear right now for Cookie and Lucious. But on a side note, Lucious's mom is a cold-blooded killer, okay? She was just laying into this guy. And Terrence Howard, bravo, he is waterworks this season. I mean, he just keeps coming with the cheers in every freaking episode. Good acting, Terrence. Good acting. So, I think he's starting to see the error of his ways. Cookie is really pushing it. So maybe those two can join forces for good for a change. But there is trouble in the FBI paradise because they seem to have something on, not Lucky, Rusty, whatever the guy's name is. I forget at the moment. And so he's going to have to put, Damon Cross or Lucious in the crosshairs. Lucious can't ever seem to get out of trouble. So there is trouble on the horizon. But I did enjoy Andre's scene. He is cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. Okay? He went in there, and I do appreciate he put his Ivy League education to use and tried to turn his charm on at first with the record executive. And when that didn't work, he went all Samurai Ninja on the fool, started slicing shit up and making threats. Apparently, violence is a little bit more effective than Ivy League charm. So, he gets what he needs, but there seems to be something wrong with Andre. Andre's starting to finally get his act together when he's not being violent. He seems to be happy with his new girlfriend, so I'm really hoping he's not the one in the casket. Hopefully, it's Kingsley. But sooner or later, we're gonna find out.